We spend 97% of our time indoors now. And we regulate our air temperature. We regulate our lighting. Most of us are spending a lot of time in the junk food of lighting, especially at night. So magnetism from the earth, you can get it two ways. You can pay for it by using a PEMF mat. You can get it for free by touching the surface of the earth. Oxygen from the air, obviously, I read a statistic. I also got slaughtered by this by my adversaries and rightfully so, because I actually read an article that was written and it was not a study. So there was no data to back it up. But what it said in the article was at 30 or 35 years old, 90% of people will never sprint again. Now, in all transparency, there was not a study, so I don't know where the data came from. And I started to espouse that. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And I put it on social media. I got my head chopped off. But somewhere in there lies the truth, right? The vast majority of people probably will never sprint again after the age of 30 or 35. And what does that mean? That means that our auxiliary muscles of respiration are just, they're atrophying, our intercostals, the strength of our diaphragm, the ability to pull oxygen down into the lobes of our lungs and keep it out of the apex of our lungs. So we're just not breathing really anymore. And so in the absence of doing that type of exercise, tapping into our auxiliary muscles of respiration through breath work and using oxygen from the air, which I would argue that the presence of oxygen is the absence of disease. And I think there's an enormous body of evidence to prove that the more poorly we utilize oxygen in the body, specifically the mitochondria, the faster we age, the faster all forms of disease and pathology. I mean, at the end of the day, I think a majority of these are mitochondrial diseases, mitochondrial metabolism diseases.